Turkey is one of the few countries that grants its guests a visa-free stay. But it is necessary to comply with certain conditions established by Turkish law so that when leaving the country you do not face the need to pay a fine. Details in our new video. The period of visa-free stay depends on citizenship and can be 30 days and 60 plus 30 days, only for Russian citizens. To clarify, Russian citizens can stay in Turkey for 90 days in total for 6 months, 180 days. Of these, only 60 days continuously without leaving Turkey. You can leave Turkey on the 60th day of your stay and enter for another 30 days. This can only be done until 180 days have elapsed from the date of the first entry. If you plan to apply for a residence permit, then you can fill out an online application for obtaining a residence permit only on the days of a visa-free stay. What should a Russian citizen do if he did not leave Turkey after the end of the visa-free days? If a Russian citizen has not left Turkey, he must pay a fine when leaving Turkey for exceeding the period of stay in the territory of this country. This must be done at the airport when departing from Turkey. The fine must be paid immediately after check-in for the flight. Having a passport and a boarding pass with you, you must contact the office, where they charge the amount of the fine for exceeding the period of visa-free stay. The fine is charged from the first day of the end of the visa-free days. For example, if the stay ends on March 1st, then the next day, March 2nd, will be considered the first day of overstay. The amount of the fine depends on the nationality. When paying a fine, depending on the length of the overdue stay, a short term, from 1 to 6 months, entry ban to Turkey is possible. The term of the ban can be found at the place of issue of the receipt of payment of the fine. Please note, the fine is paid only in Turkish lira and only in cash. When passing through passport control, along with the passport, you must present a receipt for payment for the period of overdue stay. In case of non-payment of a fine for any number of overdue days of stay in Turkey, an entry ban to Turkey for a period of 5 years is placed, regardless of the reasons. Minors are also charged a fine for exceeding the visa-free period of stay. The amount of the fine is half the amount of the fine for an adult. If during the period of exceeding the visa-free stay the child has become an adult, then the fine will be levied as from an adult. Turk.Estate, fulfill your dream, live by the sea now.